makes a big difference.
Comes Jack Nies. This should be a good one as well, as Nies has not had the results maybe he's wanted this year, but he has really hung tough with some tough customers, and Jason Borelli kind of feeling like he might be just a couple little things away from having some big success down the stretch. He's going to take on Cade Wirnsberger. He's the son of Dan Wirnsberger, the Bucknell head coach. And we are underway as Nies has a leg. Wirnsberger gets his own.
Yeah, Wirnsberger dives underneath, creating a scramble position. Probably going to, not a lot of finishes from there. Yeah, official doesn't like that. Knees are going weird, but sometimes you like to wrestle through that position.
I think I just heard Dan Wirnsberger say, hey, let him wrestle out there.
Yeah.
So he kind of wanted to see the action continue. Wirnsberger, as we mentioned before, the son of the head coach, and Dan said about his son, he's like, it's that consistency and grit we get from him every time out. Though he did say this is really him going through his first Division I wrestling season, and he kind of compared it. He said, look, anytime you're in a match in the college level, it's almost like you're in a state tournament or state championship match, just that level of preparation, that level of compete that you have to come to the event with.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great perspective to take on it, because it is. You're wrestling another state champ, you're wrestling another state placer from some other state, or a guy that somehow wasn't a state placer, but, you're wrestling a hammer every time you go out there at this level.
So no score yet in this one. Nies coming into this one, the redshirt junior from Ocean, New Jersey. One thing that Jason Borelli said about his redshirt junior is kind of wants him to be more of a quarterback of the mat, in the sense of kind of thinking out there more. Sometimes they say, hey, you don't want to think when you're doing sports, but kind of wants him, so he almost gets into a zone of, the right word I think he used was just, when it came down to how intense he is, a zone of intensity as 3 points go on the board, but may forget about some of the technique or some of the strategy that may have kind of been thought about before the match started.
Yeah, I know that that's an interesting perspective on it, and I think I probably agree. I know there's something that Nies is really close on a lot of matches. He's right there. It's usually, score ends up looking like this a lot of times, win or lose, 3-1, 4-1. And it's probably just that little bit that he just, really his career is coming to an end. He's only got to put together for another 10 matches or so and, get his punches ticket to the Nationals. But he's right there with all these guys in the EIWA.
Under 30, Wirnsberger trying to figure out his way out of this.
Yeah, here, if you're Nies, you're really hanging on. You're not letting go of that foot down there. Going to be hard for Wirnsberger to turn and find a takedown here. Short time, you really got to put a lot of effort into this. If you're Nies, continue to move on your head.
We should get him out of the opening period, as Wirnsberger with the 3-1 lead. As mentioned before, Nies, the redshirt senior out of Ocean, New Jersey. Last time out had the major decision win against Nicholas Romero. But as you illustrated, Jason, he was on a 4-match losing streak, but the previous match was a loss to Logan Rosinski, ranked 24th in the nation of Lehigh, 5-3. He lost to Luke Neichter of Drexel, 4-2. He's ranked 21 in the nation. Had a couple of close losses, one to Johnny Lovett of Central Michigan, ranked 13th in the nation, loses by a point there. So again, he's had some really close losses to good competition, just needing that one more move or one more something to get him over the hump.
Yeah, it is. And that's a great takedown there, running through. He's not quite there. No takedown yet. Spoke a little early. Wirnsberger fighting hard, but he's able to convert and get that takedown. But that's the thing. Like, Nies is he's really good on his feet. He stays in pretty good position most of the time and has a great single leg there. He had a great double leg, but he wrestles really tough with everybody, and I kind of say he wrestles the level of his competition. Sometimes when he's wrestling a guy maybe a little less than him, he kind of wrestles down to that competition. Wrestles a guy like Lovett from Central Michigan, wrestles up to his competition. Mm-hmm. The match is always within striking distance. Oh yeah, stalled call there on Nies. Nies needs to work back to the center. Wirnsberger is going to continue to push the pace. He's got a little bit of a motor.
5-4 lead for Wirnsberger as we dip close to 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Wirnsberger, a guy that coaching staff thinks can make a run in EIWAs just because of the fact that, again, there's a lot of good wrestlers, but no great ones in the conference at that weight. So I'm thinking he's got a shot. I think American thinks the same about Nies. But you said, again, he's been so close. A couple of those matches go his way. He's looking at the NCAAs.
Absolutely. Here, Wirnsberger's doing a good job of pushing the edge, creating a lot of pressure. But that's the thing. Once you get the IWAs, he's wrestled all those guys in his weight that are at that tournament really close. You got to put together 3 good matches.
Yep.
And when you look at it like that, it's not that much wrestling.
So a 5-4 lead for Wirnsberger, but Nies, with an escape, will tie the match. Right now, riding time not really a factor.
Wirnsberger having a nice ride so far, dropping out of that leg. Savvy wrestling there. Easy mat return. Use some time. Again, dropping down to that ankle. Real smart.
Now up to 20 seconds. Nies has got to go. Wirnsberger gets this riding time over a minute. He's going to get the win, even with the escape. That's what Jason Borelli trying to tell him right now.
Exactly. He's saying you got 30 seconds to get up. You got to get up. You can't wait. I know you may want to, cut it close. He may be thinking like, I want to conserve energy. I want to have just the right amount of time on my feet when we get it tied, but you want to get up now. Get your escape. And you can look for your offense on your feet.
And the other thing you have to worry about, I think, is when you're talking about a coach's son, finer point type things like riding, he might be better at. You kind of have to go and not worry about, hey, I can get out whenever I want to.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Wirnsberger might just ride out Nies. Wow.
Yeah, he's putting on a good ride here. Nies has really got to get that wrist control. He's up to his feet now.
And it is over a minute. Wow, what a performance by Cade Wirnsberger.
So you knew what you had to do before. Strategy doesn't really change. You still got to get out. And then, you would have expected him to fire off some attacks if he would have gotten out before that minute, but now there's a real sense of urgency.
Like Jason Borelli kind of gave this signal, look for the reversal. I don't know if he sees something in there that Wirnsberger may be susceptible to. And now it looks like he's just looking for the escape.
Up to his feet here. Wirnsberger on the leg. Oh, no 5 count. That's pretty darn close, but no 5 count. Good hard ride here by Wirnsberger, staying tough on top.
Did it look like to you he was trying to set up a quick reversal as he was going outside?
He did. I think he was hoping that Wirnsberger would follow him and kind of sit into that switch, but Wirnsberger here just got to hold on to that leg. Nies has really got to put a lot of effort into here. Maybe even look for like a barrel roll. Short time here. He's got to make something happen.
That's an arm in, down to 5 seconds, and that's going to be a stalemate. And look like Wirnsberger is going to go ahead, barring a miracle here by Nies. Come away with a win. Look like a situation where we might be headed to the extra session instead. It's going to be a 6-4 win for Cade Wirnsberger. as Bucknell puts 3 on the board to draw closer, making our score 16-6.